Welcome to another video about researching, and you'll notice that the video preceding this one basically introduced everybody to the Lynn Benton Community College's library homepage set of research tools. I promised that I was going to create another video here to just discuss opposing viewpoints, because I want you, as you're doing some of the readings that are coming up, to be thinking, oh, I'm starting to get it. This is about things that are happening in the world, and that's what we're going to be writing about. We're going to be writing our paper on what experts are saying in a number of different conversations. And so you're going to see huge headings in this video about conversations, because that's the way that I like to think of research and the kind of work that we do with that. It's that, but what we're doing is we're not so much researching a topic, which is what we used to hear it called, and even this website talks a lot about research. I'd rather think of it more that we are familiarizing ourselves with what experts have to say about certain current events that are happening right now that are important to people. And I just want to underscore right here before I click on this Opposing Views link that we're interested in these things because all of the experts discuss the variety of situations and topics that they're thinking of, because they're trying to make the world a better place. They don't just talk about all of the different topics that they're talking about. For instance, later we're going to be talking about these cities that have put in place pit bull bans. And of course there are two sides to that. There are actually three, or there are multiple perspectives on the notion, should cities try to protect citizens from pit bulls by creating pit bull bans? It's hugely controversial, but the people that are trying to do something that sounds so wild and certainly unfriendly to dog owners, the reason that they're doing this is because they have what they consider valid concerns about the safety of children. Of course, the people that do not like the bans have what they consider valid concerns about the safety and the appreciation of animals, and so these kinds of conversations happen on all manner of topics. But I want to kind of move our thinking about research to reminding us to think more about it in terms of our own familiarizing of ourselves with what experts are saying about a conversation. And why are you and I doing this? Why are we doing this? Well, obviously I have a paper in store for you later, multiple links down. But we write this kind of paper to inform other people about a conversation that might be important to them too. So many people have never heard that all manner of cities are engaged in disputes about whether or not they should even allow pit bulls. I think that Miami still does not allow pit bulls in their city, and there are many different cities that don't. That's obviously going to be important to people, especially pit bull lovers. And many pit bull lovers do not even know that there are cities that are out there where you can't take your pit bull. It's against the law. Your dog will be confiscated. You will be cited. I don't know. I mean, actually, to be honest, I haven't familiarized myself with that conversation enough. But there are lots of conversations out there that we want to start to familiarize ourselves with. So I'm going to click Opposing Viewpoints link right now. And I have clicked it. And my internet is going a little bit slow tonight, so we're just going to have to bear with that. That's okay. Now you'll notice this is the login page for the library proxy server. It's asking you to put in your last name. That's mine, and my birth year. Don't try to guess how old I am from my freaky face videos or anything. That's going to be really tough. Okay, not the most secure method of I don't know, creating a login, but it certainly is easy for everybody to remember. So that's why they've done it. But this is the Opposing Viewpoints page, and by the way, I'm not sharing this with you because this is the beginning and the end of our so-called research here. This is just a way for me to introduce you to a place that you can browse browse around on your own and find conversations that are happening. And I'll be honest with you, I just clicked this link for roughly the first time. Not exactly the first time, but I just didn't click it with anything in mind. I've got no pony in this conversation here. I don't want to guide us anywhere. I just want to introduce us. First, let me introduce you to the categories. So let's say that you're going to be a business major. You should click View All next to Business, and you'll see different conversations that people are happening. Let's say you're an environmentalist. You should click View All over here next to Energy and Environmentalism. Let's say that you're going to be a doctor, a nurse. Well, try these. Let's say that you want to be a lawyer. Law and politics seems like it's made for you. National debate topics. And again, I would literally have to click View All to figure out. So let's say you're going to be a policy analyst or something like that. That looks like that's probably about policy. You want to be a scientist. So we have science, technology, and ethics, and you'll click View All society and culture. Maybe that's psychology, sociology, war and diplomacy, again, policy. So I have to choose one of these to view all on, and I want to choose the one literally that I didn't know. You know, like I can guess what the other ones might be, but I'm actually going to click the one I'm least familiar with because, again, I'm just curious. Develop curiosity. Huge heading here. Curiosity. Just follow it, you know. As you're, if you're not immediately certain, oh, I want to follow the conversation that experts are having about X, Y, or Z, then just click around here and see. So, to be honest, all right, I know the controversy that's happening around global warming. There are people that say that it's man-made. There are people that don't. There are a number of these. Cuba, should we let them be our friends or something? So I'm curious. To be honest, I don't know what the conversation experts are having about Cuba is. Seems like a nice place to me. I think, in my small knowledge about Cuba, that the conversation's about, are we going to become trading partners, and are we going to lighten our interaction with them so that it's not difficult? Now, after you click one of these conversation buttons or links to what the conversations are about, they always give you a nice little summary here. So for more than 50 years, Cuba has been controlled by an authoritarian communist Fidel Castro. And for the last few years, his brother Raul Castro, and okay, I did not read that exactly correctly, but you got the point. Before the Cuban Revolution of 1959, however, Cuba was ruled by Fulgencio Batista. Batista, who came from a poor farming family, joined the army and became a sergeant. He helped organize an army coup of the democratic government. In 1933, he controlled the country from behind. So we've got this summary, and again, we're going to have to click View More. I don't have time to read the entire summary, but my guess is if I skim a little bit, I'm going to get a sense of what the two or more sides are. What makes this? More recent writers have also emphasized the harshness of the Batista regime. 2006 article at the Global Research Institute, Stephen Landman argues, so he is one of those experts I was telling you about, and that's where he published. So again, this whole Unit 2 is going to be talking about the experts and how do we refer to them. Argues that the revolution was prompted and necessitated by Batista's rule. He contends Batista, with full backing from the U.S., instituted a brutal police state that served the interest of capital and turned the island into a casino and a brothel. Landman believes that the Cuban Revolution was an effort to remove the corrupt Batista and rid the U.S. imperialism. He argues as such. It was successful, and the Cuban people were liberated by and remain grateful for Castro's. So there would be the conversation here. Are the Cuban people more liberated by the revolution, or what other perspectives are there, and how would we find that out? We would click our back button over here, and now we would find really contemporary. These are articles about Cuba right now. Now, I realize Cuba might not have been the best rabbit hole for me to go down, but it's the one that I was attracted to because I don't know that much about it. And I want to encourage you to get in there and familiarize yourself with things that you don't know about. Find out. My guess, it would only take me a few clicks before I found out the sides that want to sort of ease relations with Cuba, or no, those darn communists, we mustn't deal with them. So this was just a little video to kind of help you get into opposing viewpoints and encouraging you to click around. Just browse, literally just browse. Take a few minutes to browse around. Okay? All right. So I will see you on the next clip.